Welcome back, everybody. We have just concluded our first map here between Avangar and ENCE, and things are looking pretty good for the ENCE boys. Winland is returning to the Counter-Strike max nods.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, for the Finnish team, they had Ro2, IEM.
They got grouped at an I series.
They did get grouped at an I series in an English land. That's not a good start. Ro2, who else did they have? IEM, first ENCE, roster. There's another one as well I'm forgetting. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just thinking up things. But long story short, maybe this is finally a team that Finland can start to rally behind.
Yeah, start to be proud about. And obviously fly the flag high, as they look good. Overall, you've got a very talented team. We've seen them improve. I say even throughout this qualifier, we've seen better and better things as well. They're going from strength to strength, and this would be a way to do it. If you want to try and cause a stir and give a reason to get eyes on you, walk into the closed qualifier, win all your games in the upper bracket, and dominate, even though you weren't one of the top 2 teams, you weren't one of the favourites really when you look at it from the initial standpoint. That would be a feat. That would put you in a pretty good spot if you do grab your ticket to IEM. For some reason, every time my brain says Shanghai, but I know it's Chicago. I think it's because they sound similar in my head. I don't know.
IEM Shanghai, IEM Chicago. Not really.
I think it's because for some reason S sounds like a C.
Do you know what? I nearly said IEM Katowice.
What? IEM Katowice?
Yeah, because we're in Poland, and obviously
we're always in Poland.
We're always in Poland. We've been here for a month. What?
We never leave.
This whole exactly.
Yeah.
But no. It was like we were here for what, 17 days for the other IEM Katowice qualifiers. Yeah. So I was so used to saying IEM Katowice.
Yeah.
IEM Katowice. Then for
we did spend like 3 weeks.
And then we did the B stream for the main event. IEM Katowice. You say it over and over and over again, and then just get stuck in your head.
It's very true. I am Katowice. Anyway, I am Kettering. We are ready for the game, though, to get back underway. Avangar versus ENCE. We are on Inferno, the second map of the series. The CT side appears to be Avangar, meaning that Ts are going to be ENCE. Hopefully, this is another interesting one. As Avangar, they whipped out some flashy plays, but in reality, it was ENCE that were doing the domination.
Yesterday versus North, ENCE looked weak on this map, and they looked very good on North's pick of Mirage. Obviously just been played out. So, can they try and change the outcome of yesterday and get the 2-0 here and be strong on their map pick as well? This is going to be the double boost coming in towards Banana. The only issue with this is once they get spotted, they can be overrun. But, clinical headshot there onto Alu, as now we see the 5 versus 4 in favour of the team, currently down 0-1.
That's that setup style of CS as well that comes out from Avangar. It's a lot more aggressive. They want to put themselves in tactical positions where they're going to have the advantage to take those bold firefights, and it normally pays off. They're quite effective at being able to land those more flamboyant shots, Nods, and already they've got the early game lead. You've taken out Alu, you've forced ENCE into a 4 versus 5 pistol round with just mere seconds that were burnt off the timer. And now they've got to go for the 4-player push into this stacked B bomb site. Jane carries on the domination as he finds that headshot. It's Sergej to possibly try and bail him out, but they don't realize the second man. Buster, though, he's whipping. The apple crumble was on display, and it gave Sergej a chance to slay as the hat-trick of frags is found, leaving it in the 2 versus 2 retake.
Surely this can't be a round here for ENCE. Sergej, they somehow making this round even feasible for the Finnish team, as X7 with the headshot angle able to get the first aforementioned headshot onto Fitch, and now Crism into the 1 versus 2 finds the first frag. Sergej goes down to the count, and now it's X7 with 6 HP. Oh, the ring around the roses, the time's ticking away as well. It seems like fate has gone in favor of ENCE. And there you have it, round 1 goes in favour of the team from Finland.
Crism was a bit too on the ENCE there to go for the push, so he decided to back off.
On the ENCE? He's saying on the fence?
Yeah.
On the fence, okay.
He was on the fence, mate.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, he taps the bomb. He expects X7 to peek towards CT to go around through Ruin, but actually, X7 goes into Ruin, he hides, and he peeks from the same angle with 6 HP, something that Crism was not expecting.
This is interesting as well, right? So Avangar, their whole playstyle has always revolved around being quite aggressive and in your face. That is the type of team they are. Already, the nade damage is tremendous as they go for the early face with a scout. So Jane gets the tag out. They're the double scout setup with the 3 CZs. As long as you tag like at least 1 player, you can get them so low. By the time they get to a bomb site, those CZs can just tear through them so easily.
Exactly. Basically, scout gets them to 20 HP or so. 2 shots from the season up close will take them down, and we know the rate of fire from that weapon is extremely fast, as you can see on your screens right here, a prime example of that. 3 versus 4 as they charge in towards the side. 2 frags there for the T side means the advantage now in favour of ENCE.
And they've got the combo that remains. Buster and Q-Cup. CZ and Scout. Double smoke in play as well. But let's see how they opt to actually play this one. As of right now, they're backing off. Moving away from there. They are going to call it quits. They decide not to try and run the risk. Not feeling favourable in this. They are going to back the whole way off. They could try and run all the way down and potentially find a weapon. I'm not too sure if we did see any weapons dropped outside of the A site. I don't think we did. So that will be just the clean save with the CZ and the Scout.
Indeed, it shall be. Smoke CZ, Scout smoke as well for Buster, so they can use that into the next round. They have 2 smokes actually, which they can chain towards Banana if they wanted to. Stack 4 or 5 players towards the A site, try and funnel ENCE in towards the site they stack. Vice versa, they can do that towards middle as well and try and force ENCE into a B play. But all in all, should be the 3rd round 1 here for ENCE to get off to a good start on their T side of Inferno. As we go live with the 3rd round. No stack coming out early on, so maybe they are going to go for more of a generic standard 2 towards B and 3 towards A.
Slowly moving their way up towards top Banana. Buster is the only one on the B site. And he can definitely bust his way through a couple of them at least if he lands those tags with the Scout he has. Meanwhile, at the A site, that is where the true stack is going down. You've got the boost play as well, Q-Kurt with a little hat of his teammate there on his head. And the rest of the squad just waiting to see if they will have any aggression towards the A site. They're testing the waters towards the mid. They go for the face. Aerial with the first. Tried to get the adjustment, and the spray down does so much damage. The nade as well makes it hard for Finch as the peak comes round. It's a bloodbath, Snods, and everyone on the side of Avangar is being left in the dirt.
Although some tags, some headshots with the USPs do give opportunities. One of them in which Crizzen will take. Scout as well, so close to taking down Sergey. 1 shot would have done it. But 3-0 here. Very clean anti-ecos coming up from ENCE, so they are going to have $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 across the board. And they're going to have the weapons carried over, such as the Galil and the UMP for Sergey. So cash is looking good for them. Even if Avangar win this round, it goes 3-1, but ENCE can still buy. Then they can try and reset the economy against Avangar. That could be the way they get a substantial lead into this one early on. Passive play towards Banana from the CT side. They have the Molotovs. Well, Molotov onto Kukur, but apart from that, just going to be playing passive. Even so passive, Jane falling all the way back towards Graveyard. Not even playing towards Arch.
Finds the frag on X7. Here comes the cavalry, the entire squad there now, banging on the front door as they burst their way through and try and cause an absolute ruckus. The constant trades going in favour of that CT side though because of Fitch, and now Kukur also helping them out. So Alexib, he's going to be in an awkward position, tried to make it work, hit him with a nice yeet there, launched out the grenade, did get 1 kill, but he goes down.
This is the scenario though, ENCE can still buy here. So Avangar aren't out of the woods just yet. But Jane with the AWP, playing towards Graveyard from the start of the round. Definitely unconventional. Did work out though, so fair play. Caught the first player like a deer in headlights in towards balcony. Ooh, who's this? Sergey just charging in through towards the smoke. Does he anticipate Fitch though to be here as well? Doesn't even matter. Or maybe it does. Fitch with the off angle lines up Sergey, lines up Alexid. 3 versus 3, but oh, Crizzen, if he wasn't able to get away there, this could have been the reset against Avangar from ENCE.
Now it's only a 3 versus 3, but they try and give themselves more of a benefit here as the frags are steaming in favour of ENCE. It's all up to Ali, the big man himself. Let's see if he can carry on and somehow try and claw this one back. A cheeky little face as he tiptoes his way around. Thinks pit could potentially be clear at this point. Snods has no read and no info. It just takes 1 peek from Crizzen to be able to backstab, and he's still pushing his way up. They haven't peaked yet. They haven't cleared the angles, and they're potentially starting to second-guess themselves. They've allowed him to get through Library. They have no read on this whatsoever. The play could be huge, but he has to be lucky. Eventually, realizes the tag and the backstab on towards Fitch as he pushes in. The clock burst, but he couldn't catch him with the height of it, and that is going to be his demise. Goes down to Fitch, unfortunately for Alu there.
It's a shame there. He got the tag. Unfortunate, the full kill. If he gets that frag, he can plant the bomb, AWP towards CT, and basically have a chance into that one. But for now, though, going to be the Eco coming out from ENCE. Only Sergey going to be investing into Kevlar. Apart from that, 4 CZs, 1 P250, 3 smokes, and some armor here and there. So, should be an equalized 3-3 scoreline unless ENCE propel a surprising round. We saw North do this in Inferno just a few hours ago. Full Glock win over against Heroic. Double play towards Archer coming in from Fitz and Jame with the AWP. The old bait and switch. But as I say, they're actually going to be rotating around towards CT.
The bombardment begins as they try to mount their attack on the site. Push coming through. Jame will respond. Kills Alu. They have got side control. Bomb's going to go down as well. The entire place is ablaze, but in a blaze of glory, hence seem to be getting themselves potentially to be able to win this round. Unfortunately, Aerial is done for, though. Destroyed by a HE that lands on him in towards the bomb site. Sergey, X7, and Alexiv, the remaining men. The trio that is trying to save the day, but the sideline strike from Q-Cut does too much damage. And it's just down to Buster now to clutch it. The CZ from X7 could finish him. Through the smoke, Buster slaps him down, absolutely destroys him. Jumps on the bomb, taps the defuse, forces the face, nearly the follow-up. No scope, it could have been legendary. But instead, it's a frag for X7.
Well, well, well. Nearly a round to remember. Instead, ENCE win yet another buy round. And with how close the former buy rounds that Avangar won were, they can't afford a buy only after losing 1 round. So onto pistols they go. No armor, no utility, just 1 P250, 1 CZ. Apart from that, USPs across the board. 1 Molotov as well. We'll flush out the peak from Q-Kurt, but has the Zeus up close, so we'll get 1 frag for his troubles. So 4 versus 4 here. Should still be the 2-5 scoreline in favour of the Finns. As when you look at the utility, firepower, discrepancy between the two teams, should go in their favour. But we said that earlier, when it was Heroic versus North, and they surprised us.
I did.
Even in that last round, only 2-3 sets of armour, pistols.
Doesn't matter, mate. Doesn't matter what you give them. They'll try their damnedest. ENCE, in the 4-on-4, still just playing it slow. Seeing if anyone else from Avangar is going to push out, if they can get a kill somewhere, possibly build from that, but they just keep it on lockdown right now. Eventually this push is starting to develop towards the B-bomb site. It's just Buster that's there. He's hiding behind the Koi Carp. As he keeps it with the Fishers. Let's see if he is going to be sleeping with the Fishers tonight, or if he can overpower them and wash them away as they push their way in. Alu, contact face. Clearing the angle, still no rotate yet. Surely that call's got to come in soon as there is utility being used on the bomb site. Buster, possibly dubious that this could be a fake play as the push will now start to unfold. There's the initial kill, the headshot from Alexiv. That's the site being taken. Everyone else on A is just going to calm down, chill there it seems, and just let this one slip through. So that will be the round for ENCE.
Bomb has been planted.
Remaining players from Avangar just stacked towards A, playing their positions on their default side, hoping that someone walks into their lair. So, early on though, ENCE looking good. Obviously it's their map pick, they're on their T side. They won the pistol, went 3-0 up, and now they're starting to win the buy rounds as well. If you're ENCE, they're going to be content and happy with a 9-6 plus scoreline in their favour, so they're on that journey. Bomb will expire. Question is, how much cash has Avangar got to play with? It's round number 8. Not much. They can buy 4 M4s, 1 up onto Jame, but even if they do so, I mean, even Crizzen, no utility, no defuse kit. We saw this exact same issue on Mirage. It's quite frustrating to see, to be blunt. Over-investments in the quasi-buys. When they go for their CZ, Kevlar, smoke flashbang, it means they don't have the utility and the proper firepower, but because of that, we're going to be seeing 2 UMPs, 1 M4, 1 up, and actually an additional M4 as well. Early on then, but out of control, going to be contested from the T side. Alexeb, Sergey going in towards that vicinity. Setup coming in towards apartments, might catch X7 off guard if he doesn't anticipate the forward position here from Fitch as well.
Okay, so Crizzen pushes his way down. There's the early Molotov from X7 as they go for the push. The adjustment brushes over him, painting a pretty picture. He's an artist with the AK as he cuts down that first man and looks to try and continue on his dominance as well. X7 creeps up to do some more damage towards this A site. Jame hold it towards mid. Will find the crotch shot on Alu through the flashbang. They're back into the 4v4. There hasn't been a commitment yet, Snods. And they're keeping Avangar on their toes. They're playing 2-2 to a site. Both of these sides split and spread thin.
40 seconds remaining. Buster has the Molotov. Quicker has the Molotov as well, so if they chain them, they can knock off 12 seconds off the clock and leave maybe 18, 15 seconds left to work with. And here's the first molly. They can chain the second as well. It'll just continuously delay ENCE on their assault towards the B-bomb site. Back up as well. Jame with the AWP, indecisive, doesn't know whether or not to commit towards the B site. And that could be to his demise. The push comes in, a 1-for-1 for Buster. No, actually the 2-for-1. As it goes into the 2 versus 2, Jame here fast on the retake. X7 was not expecting that.
Oh, it's all up to Aerial though, and Aerial, he's been so effective, but not this time around. Normally, he is the big man, but he has met the biggest man, as he will go down, and that is going to be the defuse, Snods. A 3rd round picked up from Avangar.
Counter-terrorists win.
Well. Buster playing towards the first oranges, pretty much winning the round single-handedly for Avangar. Gets 2 kills, turns into the 2 versus 2, and X7 was not anticipating how quick Jame was on the retake. So 3-5 here. MP5 for Crizzen. Apart from that, standard buy coming out from Avangar, Orbs and 4s, etc. Boost in towards the middle, and Alu expects it. Fair play. Got a few years under his belt, it seems, as they're going to be exploiting that weakened defense towards the A site. 1 for 2, nearly for Crizzen, as he does get traded out.
Site control has been taken. They've staked the claim. 1 will go down, and the round should also go into their back pockets. As Avangar are just left with 2 men, they can't do anything. Buster's basically just spotting towards bottom banana, seeing if anyone pushes him. Cuke up, saving over in ruins. And that is going to be another round now. Meaning that ENCE get themselves to a 6th. That's a 3-round advantage over Avangar. And they're showing no signs of slowing down either. They're picking up confidence. Even when they lose a round, they instantly bite back into it and start to get that momentum in their favor once more.
It's going to be the reset. 6-3. Now Avangar are going to be weak for cash. Gosh. That is really, really not the most pretty sight I've seen today. 3.4k from James, so if he forces maybe FAMAS by with a smoke grenade. No, just going to go for the eco. Wow, this might be a double eco here, Jack. They might concede an 8-3 scoreline. That would be quite a substantial one to come back from. They still have 2 safe weapons, though, towards the B site, and Alexeb maybe walking into one of them.
going to be a bit of an awkward one. The nades are coming in. It's actually dealing more damage to the side of Avangar. Kuko, he's so low, but he fights through the pain anyway and gets that frag off. Takes down Alexib. They're so heavily stacked on this B site, but it's working out as the fight keeps coming towards them. They keep trying to push in. They want to break through that defense, but it's going to be hard for them, and they're not getting a chance. They all crumble away into dust, just remaining with X7 and Aerial in a 2 versus 4. But now all of those CTs have weapons, and they also have map control as well. X7 nearly just bounded into his own demise, at least was able to slow down the tempo ever so slightly. You've got a free-player crossfire there, Snods. They're just waiting for this one. They have the bomb covered. X7 off the back of the flashbang goes in. That is quite juicy, I might add, as he gets that headshot, but his teammate's gone. X7 needs to clutch it on his lonesome, but the man's coming from the rear. He sneaks up behind him, tries to get the better of it, but he finds the frag. X7's clutching it like a madman, and he's still going for the fight. Doesn't want the defuse, wants to kill the USP man in Prison, gets the kill, grabs the AWP, and saves the day.
From a round that looked unwinnable for ENCE. 2 versus 4, they managed to pull it through. If Avangar forced that round, I hate to say it, there would have been Kevlar for those remaining 2 players, and that could have been the round win. Instead, we witnessed a 7-3 scoreline and the instant investment of the force buy from the CT side, AWP for Jame, and then 2 SMGs and the FEMAS coming out for Buster. So, Mac 10 for Alexib, so I think actually ENCE are expecting a bit more of a weaker buy than Avangar really have. Maybe they thought that was the force buy in the last round, now Avangar are going to be onto an eco. And they couldn't be more wrong. As Alexib, with the Mac 10, going to be probing for information here. He's expecting to see if he can find a USP stack. Instead, Avangar have far better firepower than I think ENCE realise.
And they can be overconfident. Let's see if that will come back to bite them. Obviously misreading the economy, assuming they'd be able to get a fair bit of extra cash onto that Mac 10 could be a big caveat to the round, but instead they back off. They're not interested in this play towards the B site right now. They're going to run away. Sergej can recover the bomb. They take the fight towards the A site. James been smoked off, isolated. The AWP now becomes useless as he has to reposition up towards the site and get into a better angle. Playing support with Prison with the MP9. They fan out, they get that control towards apartments, and they are ready to bombard and destroy the defense on this A site. Jane spots out the first, strikes as he pulls the trigger to annihilate the initial man. The MP9 also comes through, coming down like a ton of bricks on the push that comes out, proving he can be a marksman with this SMG, trying to cause him to submit against him, but they get close and personal. It gets a little bit more awkward for him, but the retake squad is here. They've already arrived on the scene in just the nick of time as the bomb goes down and the damage is done.
3 versus 3. No defuse here for Avangar, so time is of the essence. They have to push quickly, and they might be walking into the crossfire here from ENCE. Ali with the first in towards Pit onto Cooker. Aerial as well gets one, tries to get the last, but actually it's going to be all 3 remaining players to pick up a killer piece. 8-3, 5-round advantage. Going to be the eco coming out from Avangar. This is looking like a 9-3 scoreline this early on. Surprising to see Avangar unable to put up a fight.
But remember, guys, this is for the spot at IEM Chicago as well. This is the big one. This is what yesterday and today have been building up for. The first spot will be claimed by one of these 2 teams. As of right now, ENCE appear to be the hot favourites for its nods.
It's a nice shot there from Cooker. 5 versus 4 then. Bomb still in towards T-Stairs. T-Stairs. So they can spare time. 4 versus 4 now. Was a nice shot earlier on from him though. Kevlar only remaining onto Prison. Has the Eagle to back it up as well. X7 just pre-firing these angles, trying to clear out apartments, and then from there, ENCE can make the move. They can smoke off Arch, they can take map control towards the middle and try and force the rotations and the peaks from the CT side, which is working out rather effectively so far.
The 4-on-3 that we're left with now, with a minute on the clock, does favour ENCE to give them a nice round, and they are carrying on in that manner as well, as X7 gets the early kill on Buster. Even though he's dinked, he still fights through the pain and sprints out towards the bomb site. He has perished now, but they can't recover the weapon. They physically don't have the reach for it. They're not Stretch Armstrong. And soon, they should be stretch arm gone. But Chris in the background just hides, lying in wait. The trigger discipline, but he's been spotted. Has to take out the first man. If he got the follow-up frags nods, that could have been it. That could have been all they needed to save it. But unfortunately, it is Aerial to go huge.
6-round advantage for ENCE going forward now. Into the next buy round we go. 4 M4s, 1 AWP from James. And again, Jack, again, there is no defuse kit from Avangar.
Constant overinvestment.
You might think I'm overhyping that or I'm being too critical, but it's more so the fact that they constantly invest heavily into these rounds. I mean, Chris are buying Deagle Kevlar, for example. He could have saved that Kevlar for more utility, a defuse kit, but at this point, at least they're winning the round early on. 4 versus 3, Alexa as well may as well be dead at this point onto 5 HP. It's more like a 4 versus a 2.5. But all 3 remaining players from ENCE grouped up towards Banana. They might wait for some CT aggression, which they might actually get a bit earlier than anticipated. As Fitch is here, the flashbang does not connect, but the bullets from ENCE do.
Yeah, tagged him up to just 19 HP. He's forced to retreat. Alu gets the kill on Buster as well. So they've made this a whole lot better, but that Molotov could be deadly. They're so low, but Aerial just sprints in. Slams him down, basically just elbowed him to the ground and leaves it on Kristen and James. They're over at the A site. I think they realise it's not going to happen. Probably just going to try and save these weapons. And they've sent out a scout in Alu. Alu does get killed by the AWP there of James, so it is the 2 versus 2, but they've conceded the round. They've allowed it to happen at this point. And they need to save as well. Spending so much money. If they don't keep on at these weapon snods, they would pretty much be out of the game.
Yeah, I mean, 10-3 now. Double digits coming in for ENCE. Save will come in for James on the AWP and the M4 from Prison. But even then, they may as well just save for the last round, try play for 11-4. Obviously, mentally, 12-3 versus an 11-4 is substantially different. When it's 11-4 in your mind, you think, okay, I can win the pistol, make it 11-7, win that first bar, and we're back in it. Instead, 12-3, you do feel quite defeated. So, gonna be 3 players going towards B at the start of the round, maybe going for early banana control. James fast in towards second middle, but will be flashed off the angle by Aerial. Oh, the HEs towards top banana, dealing so much damage. Oh, the Molotov as well. It's just a utility paradise towards top of banana. 4 versus 4. Q-Kurt's low HP as well. You have to say ENCE have won the duel early on.
Yeah, that was nice. That's what you want to see as well. Nades are so impactful on this map. So many choke points that you can just completely destroy that average grenade damage, and that's what they've been doing as the push comes through. Prison from the elevated angle gets 2 frags, makes it a 3rd as well, but it's all up to Alu now in a 1 versus 2, but he's been spammed in the back, caught in the crossfire, and dead, as he will perish the Q-Cut. That is a 4-10 scoreline now, as Avangar finally start to get something. But can they make it the 10-5, or is it going to be the 11-4?
Let's find out then. For ENCE, so far it's been fairly easy for them. In terms of individual skill, they've been winning 1-on-1 duels. Map control, mid's been very easy to take. Banana's been going in their favor as well. We've seen constant challenges for top banana control from Quicker and from Buster, but they always lose out to the Molotovs. They fall back onto the site, they get executed upon towards CT smoke, coffin smoke, Molotovs as well towards the site. But the main issue for me has been towards the A site. How many times have we seen ENCE smoke off archway, flash out through boiler, take mid control, come in through apartments, and go up quad and take the A site? Time and time again, they have to try and fix that for the last round if they want to try play for a 10-5. However, so far, map control in favor of ENCE once again. Buster's going to be dealt with a lot of pressure as he's alone towards the B site, playing for no information as Jack. This is quite surprising. Usually when you're playing this angle, you're playing towards the coffin, you're playing towards CT, you're jiggle peeking in towards the B site, you have a Molotov to delay, you have a flash, a smoke to delay. Instead he has nothing. But that may actually come into his favor as they are going to be heading towards the A side. The bomb's here in towards the middle, but Fitch going for the re-aggression in towards Apartments with 30 seconds left. May have been the wrong call.
4 players on the side of Avangar. Can these 4 men save the day? Or is this going to be that extra round going to the bank of ENCE? If it would have been the double kill, it could have been absolutely wild in terms of how to save the round. But actually, it's the A site boys to do all the damage, not as it's just Sergej and Alu that remain. Alu gets detected, but they miss the shot. They have 7 seconds. It needs to be now. The bomb has to go down. Right now, it's over. There is no chance. He can't plant, and he knows it. Avangar get the round. ENCE left it way too long. The slow play style comes back to bite them.
Does indeed. 10-5 at the half. Obviously, Avangar were down 10-3, maybe expecting a 12-3 and 11-4. So to get 10, or sorry, to get 5 and only concede 10, pretty better than they thought going into the second half of that first half.
Yeah, so much more interesting, obviously, for ENCE as well. They've actually looked, I'd say, not as effective as we expect to see on Inferno. This time around, it looked a whole lot better. Obviously, a smart read, good understanding of that T-side control. Very, very effective. Avangar made their life so much easier as well by... It was just odd. They just kind of looked lost in terms of the investment. They were buying utility, they weren't really using it. Sometimes they just weren't buying utility. They never had the cash for utility sometimes because they were over-invested into just extra weapons. I mean, they love a deagle. That's fair to say. They are effective with them. But you can't spend all that extra cash. You just break yourself.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yesterday, North completely manhandled ENCE on Inferno. I think North were up 14-4 at one point. Ended up winning that one 16-7, 16-8. Going into Mirage, obviously, ENCE were to win that on Train as well. And Train is the deciding map here, so if the pistol gets won by Avangar, they can go in, win the second half. Maybe it does go to Train. ENCE looked very good on that map yesterday.
Yeah, they did indeed. And really for Avangar, those pistol rounds have been what has set them apart. That's been what's sort of been saving them, really, throughout this series so far. And maybe they can get another one under their belt, sort of bolster their rounds up from there. But when we get into the actual rifle rounds, ENCE on their CT side, can they lock it down? Can they carry on the form we've witnessed? If so, I feel like this has got to be the 2-0 for ENCE, and that's got to be them booking their flights to IEM Chicago.
Don't know if they book them.
Well, someone
book their ticket. Yeah. No, that's the same sort of thing, isn't it?
They get their ticket booked.
They get their ticket booked. We'll go with that. But yeah, essentially, they'll be there at the event in Chicago. Obviously, 10-5 here. This is where the pistol does matter. If ENCE win it, you're looking at 13-5 if the conversion round goes in their favor, if they don't allow the bomb to go down. So 30-5 advantage, probably going to be their win. You know, CT side, favored side, you could argue in Inferno now. 5-round advantage. Let's see if Avangar have what it takes to send us to Train.
Well, let's see. We're going to be diving back into the action and carrying on with this one. ENCE on the CT side now. Avangar will be the T's as we get underway. Alexib going to go for the double flash and the kit. He is the kit boy. The rest of them rocking the armor.
4 players towards B from ENCE. Aerial alone towards Apartments. Jumps in towards middle. Jumps in towards second mid. Spots out a few players. But so far, no overreaction coming out from ENCE. They're still going to be stationing 3 players towards top banana. And Alexa with a double flashbang towards Coffin. Starting to come in towards the A side, then it seems, are Avangar. 3 in towards Apartments, 2 in towards Quad. It's all down to aerial.
They're bursting out and going for the play. In pit, the close-range combat seems to favour Avangar. They have swarmed the site as well. The stack on B has not boded well at all for ENCE. They're now going to have to play for the retake, and they're at a major disadvantage. It will be a hard-fought fight from this point onwards. James has the Molotov to drop on the ground to ignite the path and make it even more awkward as he gets the early contact. Nearly loses his lips, though. Alexib tapping down with that USP, hoping to get a lucky shot off if he can, as he slowly encroaches forward. X7 goes in. Oh, that was beautiful. Cheeky shot on Jay. More to be done. X7 with the fast flick. Sergej as well on Buster. And all of a sudden it's just Finch and Crisant that remain. They need to try and save it, Snoz, but it's going to be awkward. No player on the bomb. Sergej just close by. Didn't jump on it. Didn't have time. And now doesn't have a face. Killed as he goes down. Avangar get that pistol round and carry on with the pistol round streaks.
Yeah, 3 pistols, 1 for Avangar in this 2-map series so far. 1 for ENCE on their T side of this map earlier on. So, ENCE stacking 3 players top banana, having Alexeb with the flash towards Coffin in towards top banana and trying to see if they can anticipate a rush towards B from Avangar. Instead, Avangar for the slow play towards the A site. They burst out through apartments, catching Aerial off guard, and even then, ENCE had a few nice shots there on the retake, but wasn't quite enough. 10-6 though. Avangar, if they can win the remaining 2 conversion rounds, could be seeing a 10-8 scoreline. So they are still in the deficit, even if they win these following ones versus the forces of ENCE. And by forces, I mean force buys. Flashbang. Pinned, but not quite thrown just yet. And if it was, it would have been frivolous. Oh, actually, take that back. Buster's there towards top Banana, who went up just at the wrong time. Concedes the first kill for ENCE. The smoke as well going to be isolating that weapon to be retrieved by Sergej. So, Kuka, here's the reload, exploits it. Comes in towards the B site. The smoke's going to isolate the B site, all in his favor. Spots the 1 player up close. But even then, 4 versus 4, and the site's in Avangar's favor.
Yeah, Kuka just able to pick them off as they come through the smoke. It should be quite easy for him. Obviously has much more of a range advantage there with the A7. Alexib dies. Only had the P215, couldn't get the shots off. Alu and Aerial could save this. They have armor, they have CZ and a 5-7. You might as well keep them on your body and not lose your life for no reason. So that is going to be a now 10-7 scoreline. Avangar building up these rounds, building back their confidence as well, hopefully. And that's what they're going to need. Obviously, their T side is where they can be quite explosive. They don't have to worry about saving for kits. They can just run in, display that run and gun style of CS that they seem to thrive in, really.
Does feel like Avangar is more of a T-sided team. Maybe it's due to their individual skill. They can exploit the trade-esque style that they have, running into sites as a unit. 10-7 though. This game carries on into round number 18. $2,000 across the board here for ENCE, so will be the save coming out. Obviously, Aerial saving onto his CZ Kevlar. So, should be 10-8 here. MP5 for Fitz, MAC-10 for Crizin, and a Galil for James as well. So actually, if they win this round fairly clean with 4 or 5 staying alive, do they carry forward the MAC-10, MP5 as a bonus round into round number 19 versus the full buy events? That could be a way to get off to a very strong start if they win that. However, time will tell that tale. For now, though, Sergej goes down, trying to go for a peek in towards middle. Obviously, very likely we do see the win for Avangar, but coming into this, obviously, this is the map pick from ENCE. Next one is Train. What do you reckon, Jack? You think Avangar still have a chance?
I think they're not out of it just yet, but it depends on the buy rounds, really. After we see that first real rifle round, that's where we're going to have more of an idea of how this team stands. Right now, they're looking good. Seem like they've got the confidence and their wits about them. But you never know. ENCE seem to just have a little bit of star power. That ENCE magic from Winland that they can pull out when they need it.
Fitz making his way in towards the A-bomb site. Ooh, actually does win that duel versus Aerial. So the bomb going to be making its way, escorted in towards the A site. The stack here, futile now from ENCE. So now they can try and charge that banana, walk into the crosshair of Kurt. Now it's all down to Alexib.
Now this is where it gets a bit awkward for him. Obviously a 1 versus 5. Nothing you can really do. Is he actually going to opt to try his luck? He should do. Obviously, doesn't matter too much as long as he doesn't die to an SMG. And that would be the worst case scenario. He's going to give them some extra cash. He himself only has the USP, so he can risk it. Everyone is leaving the bomb site. Doesn't have a kit. And the backstab is there. He's just going to walk off on towards the site. They haven't realized. Taps the bomb, forces the peek. He could at least force one man to go down to the bomb blast here. And he will. So Crizin loses his gun.
Well, first buy round here of the second half. 10-8. No AWP for Alu. Going to be the 5 rifles that appeared from the CT side, so that could mean banana control to come out. Although they have no Molotovs to work with, so maybe not. They can try to smoke the bottom, flash the top, but even then it won't be too effective, and they will be going for more of the passive approach here. playing on towards the site. Obviously, Alexib spots the crossfire with X7. Once they spot players as well, they can smoke out towards Banana and delay. They don't want to be wasting their smokes early on, otherwise Avangar can very easily exploit that with an execution of their own. And this is where Avangar force out utility from ENCE. Already the first smoke going to be thrown by Alexib. So Avangar, they know they can maybe go back towards B at the later stages of the map. You can see already it's going to be colorized as they come in towards Banana.
Working their way up. Getting close here towards the B site. X7. Sat up on a pedestal with the support of Alexib. These two can be quite deadly. The smoke's going to go down. There's pop flash as well to blind them for the meantime. The push comes through, but Q-Cut gets off the initial headshot and the follow-up frag. They've got the site control. And I said I wanted to see how this first rifle round went, but it seems like it's going straight into the basket of ENCE. Of Avangar. ENCE wish they were going to win this one. As they do have to go for the save. 3 men going to back off, 2 in pit. They're just going to try and keep themselves alive if possible, but Finch, he's on the hunt. He's on the hunt, rather.
He is indeed. Avangar then. Ooh. Looking very good on their T side. Eventually, though, Ali will be getting the kill onto Fitz, but it does show exactly where the remaining players here from ENCE are, as they're going to try and save their weaponry for as long as possible. Quicker charging in as well towards Quad, trying to see if he can get the kill, but can't quite deny the save. So 2 players surviving from ENCE. 4 rounds, 1 in a row from Avangar on their T side. $3,000 across the board for ENCE. So just going to go for the quasi buy, not going to force around the 2 saved weapons. Instead, just going to be taking this round on the chin. Going to go for the next buy into round number 21 for now. Maybe concede the 10-10 scoreline.
Oh, a lot of early nade damage done, but Sergej just sprints down Banana, takes the fight. Alu as well comes in with a support of Aerial. All of a sudden, the confidence is back, and ENCE are booming as they find these frags. It's just Fitch and James that remain, and they're in a pretty bad spot. It's not looking too fantastic at all, as Fitch will push up with the AK, try and get an angle, gets the headshot off on Alu, the adjustment round, but Aerial slays him with the CZ. It's just James left in a 1 versus 4. Trap quaking in his little boots down towards T-ramp.
Well, well, well. Aerial once again to deliver the impactful kills for ENCE. Bomb in towards T-spawn. Jane, no real reason to save the AWP. You can try go for some extra kills here. I guess the better option is to try and take weapons out of the hands of ENCE. Oh no, it seems like he'll be going for the save instead. Obviously, if he saves, he can drop an AK over to Buster. Quicker can drop over 2 AKs and buy for himself. So actually he does have to save Hitjack if they want to have a full buy. So smart play from him. And now we wait.
Play the waiting game.
Yeah, 11-9 though. ENCE, if they lose the next one, will be reset. And that's where Avangar can take the lead in this matchup. Try and take Inferno in their favor. And we could definitely be seeing Trent. I think this is maybe a 3-mapper.
It looks like it might be. But ENCE, it depends on this next round. If they carry on, break through, and destroy the economy, then they'll be at a 12-9. You can get to a 13-9. Things can start to spiral out of control. But let's see, because obviously there is still a fair bit of cash residue on Avangar. So they can buy up. They will get this money out. The AWP on Alu as well. Let's see where the big dog himself is going to pick. He tries to go for a fast play here towards mid, as he is going to walk his way over. No, just going to play for the support angle, defensive towards Arch, and hold for the bush. Avangar instantly into their default as they spread out and try and lock down.
Spam coming in towards the apartments there from Aerial. Able to do a little bit of damage there onto Fitz. For now then, push in from Avangar towards top Banana, and just like that in one spray transfer, opens up the site. Fitz as well in towards apartments. The reset on the cards now for ENCE. As it's all down to Ali towards the B site, Aerial towards the A site. You can see Avangar don't want to throw away the lead they have here as they still play the patient game. Minute left on the clock, no reason to overthrow or overface just yet.
Aerial's in pit. Goes for the push out. Does get tagged, but he gets the frag as well. So, brings it back into a 2 versus 4, but he's still holding his ground. Alu with the AWP. He's so important. It depends entirely on what Alu does, but he misses the initial shot and he's smoked off and pushed back off of the site now. That is going to be the bigger picture. The fact he can't defend from the close range angle. He's getting tagged up. He's still missing shots as well. And he's being chased now as he dives around. Launches in the HE to transfer damage onto them. Constantly firing out those warning shots, but his entire team is dead. And he will surely suffer the same fate soon. Unless he gets out of there. Kukoc pounding around the smoke, trying to keep him busy. Alu will get the kill, but he's being pushed from both sides. It's not looking good for our boy Alu here. He goes back in, dies to James, and that is now an 11-10 scoreline.
Pause coming in from ENCE. Obviously now they're reset, they have to work out how best they can distribute their funds. 5,000 for Alexa, so he can buy X7, Aerial, Sergey, they can all buy. Oof, Alu on 1.5k, however. So Sergey could drop him over an AWP, but then Alu can only drop over a CZ or a Desert Eagle at that. So far, Sergey is your highest performer in terms of numbers on the scoreboard, so did you take that risk? Tough decision here, Jack. I think you force buy. Question is, who gets the AWP? Oh, actually, they're going to force around Alu's AWP. This is strange. 2 players are forced and 3 haven't. Okay,
here we go.
There we go. Gonna say, that was quite strange for a second there, but it is going to be the force buy coming through. Actually, Alex said 6 kills, so obviously he said, guys, not feeling confident. Sergey, take my weapon, drop the AWP over to Alu, and let's win this one, being the full team player he is. Taking a nice guy, yeah. It's his round at the bar.
Guns on me, boys.
Right, flashbang coming in then. Alu going to go for the aggressive peek. It feels like Avangar have been too aggressive. Alu wants to punish that.
If he did go for that face towards mid again, though, he will be at a disadvantage. James, just playing from Vietnam like that, sat down, hunkered into position. He would be able to win that early fight, you'd imagine. But Alu just backs off. Tries to keep it calm. Alexib with a deagle. Luckily did have cash for utility towards this B-bomb site. So we can get a Molotov down if they're going to go for a play. He's got the smoke, he's got the flash as well. First contact comes round. Buster goes in. Oh, he flicks up, but he was too slow for the main man himself in 7. Now, Alexib grabs the AK as well and can rearm himself. This is looking good for ENCE in the early game.
This, though, once again, towards the A site, able to find the entry. And this time onto Alu. Reply or trade frag coming out from Sergey. So Avangar are going to be forced to show their hand towards the B site now as the smoke comes in towards CT. Alexa pushing through it though. And you can see Avangar with 30 seconds left. Quicker going to be clearing out towards middle, but no one here from the CT side going to be overstepping the mark, getting too aggressive and throwing the advantage they currently have. As he comes back in towards the B side, Chris are going to be entering and leading the charge for Avangar as they walk into B. X7, first point of contact, gets the first frag, 4 versus 2.
It's not looking good at all for Avangar in the position they're left in. They need to be rapid about this one if they're going to try and win it as time is almost up. They have to get the bomb planted now. I think it was it too late? No, luckily he got it down just on the 4-second mark. Well, that could have been it done right there. James in the 1v2. He is trying to hold this angle. You can hear the ruckus. Oh, swings up with the P250, gets 1. But at the same time, Aerial attacks. And that is a 12-10 scoreline. They keep getting closer and closer to getting themselves that spot at IEM Chicago. Every round they win is another second they are closer to getting those tickets.
12-10. Avangar reset ENCE last time they won a round on their CT side. Can they do it for a second time running? Let's hope so. We want to see the 3-mapper in this first deciding matchup to see who gets the first slots at IEM Chicago. terms of the cash. Not looking too good here for Avangar. CZ for Crizzen. 3 AKs across the board, and then the AWP for Jame, who so far has been the top performer for Avangar. The last map, 25 kills. This map here, 18. So, all 5 players from Avangar slowly but surely walking in towards Banana. Alexa with the M4, jiggle peeking in towards CT. Has a Molotov, HE grenade as well. Doesn't really do too much splash damage, if any at all. So as soon as he spots up the players here, should go for the smoke. Then as the Molotov as well to back it up. Oh, here comes the push though, Jack. And he gets a second as well through the spray down, but instead it's X7.
Wow, X7 kicks it off as he starts to go huge. Showing how much damage this man can do, but Kuka fires back through. It's 2 versus 3 now on the retake. You have 45 seconds as he will try and scurry over to plant the bomb. Alu, can he get the shot off before he gets sideswiped? No, he can't. Brings it now back into an equal position. It's all to play for, and such an important round, but the frag goes in favor of either side. It's a 1-for-1 trade, and it's just down to Jame and Aerial. The AWP first is the M4, but the M4 wins, and ENCE get themselves a 13th round. They are closer than ever to getting themselves to the Intel Extreme Masters.
Bomb was planted though for Avangar, and even so, only Kuka can go for the force buy, but they are going to force around it. Jame actually going to be going for no head armor, so one shot from the UMP even up close is going to be enough to take him down. Round number 24. Utility only onto 3 players from Avangar, so the long haul into this round is going to be the strongest from them. Let's see if they can get the pressure done early. Alu, known for being so aggressive towards middle, still trying to search for that opening kill, but instead the opening kill comes towards top Banana. X7 of that with the AK. Smoke in towards Arch. It's going to be a swift round and a swift call from Avangar to charge in towards A, but a 4-3 even man rotation towards CT from ENCE as they're going to be overstacking, not taking any risks.
Utility gets launched out as the push comes through, sprinting their way up to try and get up close and personal and give out some massive digs in this combat. Avangar do have site control. They have the better angles of defense as well. But the retake squadron has arrived with a backstab. Jame lies in wait, trying to clear apartments here. If he pushes down the stairs, he'll spot out the back of the close player. Realizes what's going on, gets the headshot off on X7, and now they're down another man. And this round gets harder and harder by the second, especially when Finch does that, as he pushes out and gets a 2K off the UMP and saves Avangar's bacon.
13-11. When you look at the money as well from ENCE, this might be a 13-13 scoreline. They force here, they lose this, it goes 13-12, they eco 13-13. This could very well be an overtime matchup, and Avangar comeback win maybe to send us on to train. But let's see, early on, the damage of the HE grenades. It's going to be too much to handle here from the CT side. It's already, ooh, okay, a 4 versus 3. Nice little finisher there. Got through the wall. Jame able to find the tag onto Alexeb. Even throws away the weaponry, gives no chance for the salvage of those guns. But still, push coming through. Damage taken by Jame, but he's still alive.
Just getting these little tags off. Whittling them down. One swipe at a time. Aerial. Support of Alu as well. Both of them in apartments. They need to be able to keep out these rapscallions that are about to try and overwhelm them, as Avangar are close to bursting down through mid. The full rotates here as well. Alexib arrives on the scene to try and support. Alu lies in wait in boiler. Let's see if anyone is going to try and check this. No, they don't for now. Alu goes charging in for the back, but he's blind. He's been saved by his teammate, luckily. Aerial comes round, but is it too late? The bomb's in front of him. They're going to need to push it. The smoke's there. He grabs the bomb. They've recovered it, and they can build off the back of this. Drops the smoke. Tries to play a little bit of magic on them as he wants to disappear and reappear somewhere else. He's going to tiptoe around and go for the play. Over from live free side as he gets the headshot. He's keeping them on their toes. If this round is going to go in favor of Avangar, he wants to make it as costly as physically possible. And he's now got a kit. He's still got time. Does he have the confidence to go for this one? Is it worth it? It's a bold play. This man is the boldest as he pushes around. Gets himself into an angle, spots the site, doesn't see any immediate targets, so begins to back off. Just plays for the exit frags instead, gets that kill, can save the AWP for Alu, and skedaddle out of there.
13-12. Aerial will save the AWP, as you said. So at least he has that to work with going forward. Apart from that, going to be the eco across the board. Alu actually going to be winning the AWP, even though he has no Kevlar, so Aerial going to be stuck onto the CZ. Has the defuse kit, though, just in case something crazy happens. So 3 towards B, 2 towards the A site early on. And the AWP actually from Alu going to be going for the peak, or actually no, the boost towards Banana could actually catch Quicker or Buster off guard early on, but instead jumps off the head, gets the first kill. And now he's witnessed the 5 versus 4. Remember, Aerial has the defuse kit.
5 versus 4. Alu has to do all the damage. He is the main framework of the team. He is the AWP, and he's the lifeblood that could save them as this game continues on. Aerial. He's armed with the CZ, the armor, and the kit, but he's all the way over at the A bomb site. And the B site is where the damage is about to go down. The smokes come in. He finds the early entry. That is Alu out of commission. They have no way of recovering that AWP either. And it goes from bad to worse when the Molotov spreads, tagging up X7. They're going to lose out on this one. There's no chance. That will be a 13-13 scoreline now before we see the game return to a normal pace.
Indeed. Going to go all squared up then. As we head into the 27th round, Sergey playing for extra kills with the CZ, hoping that someone walks into his crosshair unaware. For now, though, no action to be had. Avangar not going to be taking the bait here towards B. Although Sergey may just be forcing the issue. No, not going to be going for the peak. Saves onto nothing apart from the CZ, but once the buy comes through, it won't be anywhere near as effective. Alu has enough for the AWP and Kevlar. Might see a pause here from ENCE to try and work out tactically what they can change. They were 10-5 up going into the half, and now they're at a 13-13 scoreline. So, big round for both of these teams. Avangar, if they win it, they're going to be in the lead, in the driving seat to win this map and send us into train. Hence, if they win this one, they're so close to finishing the job.
Nade's going to be a lob deep there. They went for the double nade down Banana. It tagged Buster up very low, bringing him down to 55 HP. If he was a bit further in, it could have been the free frag found. So with some butts as of right now. We've got 1 minute and 20 on the clock. Slow style of CS coming out from Avangar. Sticking to their roots as they're going to make you wait for it. Pushing up Banana. James on the early entry with the AWP. He has fire support as well. From Q-Cut and Buster. As it appears, the B play could actually be the true area of attack. That'll be both of the rifles that are playing off-site. And then possibly a rotate from Alu if they heed his warning and he rotates in quickly enough.
Depends, though. Fitch here in towards apartments. Ooh. Smoke has been seen. They have the boost as well. Up towards CT for X7. Smoke is awful, though, Jack. There's a massive gap in it. Push coming in towards quad as well. So Fitch could be massively impactful here. Let's see then. This next kill is important. Goes in favor of both teams. A 1-for-1 trade. But here we have it. 3 players here for ENCE. The elevated angle over the smoke to be backed up as well as players get tagged crossing by Alexstead. But one frag here with the elevated angle. Quick trade into that one. 2 versus 2. But do they anticipate how close to the site Alexstead already is? Jumps up on the box, gets the first kill. James nearly got the shot off there towards Coffins, but will be taken down. 14-13. 2 rounds away for ENCE now to close this best of 3 out. Send Avangar in towards the winner of North versus Gambit for a chance at that second slot.
James looked really good there. Fast flick up, rails his way through. It was a sick shot. So unfortunately, Alexiev just had the timing and the location. He played it slow, he played it smart. 12 frags But that 12 frags means so much more now after those final 2 kills he just got. Basically could have saved them the game there in that 1 round. That was a huge play.
Alu. Gonna be spotting for the cross in towards Vietnam. No one's going there early. Slow default here from both these teams. Avangar going to be waiting at the smokes from ENCE at Banana. The AWP from Alexa as well going to be tagged up by Buster, so that's going to be forced back towards CT. And with that, X7 has to rotate on towards Coffin. Fitch has been very, very successful here towards Apartments, but maybe not for much longer. Oh, the second shot as well from Alu. Spots the toe through the gap there. Gets the second one as well, as it looked like Fitch was trying to line up a flashbang or something to force Alu back. So, 5 versus 4. Minute left on the clock. As once again, it's the quicker entry towards the B site, although X7 chimes back for 1.
Is 1 kill enough though? X7, you could see he was debating whether or not to try and switch out that weapon for something with a little bit more oomph to it. The bomb is the only thing left there, up towards the B site. Alu will get tagged up by Buster. So they've spotted on radar who carries the bomb, but they're still unsure if this is going to be the play. Over towards the A site, this is where the attack is coming. Our boy Ariel, the man that has been so effective throughout yesterday and today, individually a hot topic. Let's see if he can give them a helping hand as this push comes round. As they're going in, the bomb goes on its own, up towards one. He gets flashbanged, but it doesn't matter. Buster breaks his neck and gets the frag. Sergey from pit, he's going to be struggling here as the flashbang comes in. He adjusts his crosshair, but it's too little, too late. He goes down. They've got time to plant the bomb. That is a save call, and that is 14-14, as these teams do not want to allow this one to end. Avangar aren't going to give ENCE the tickets to IEM Chicago that easily.
After the antics in towards Apartments from Alu. Thought that would have been the 15th for ENCE. Even though we're down the man early, they still managed to make their way in towards the A site, coming up through Arch, exploiting the over-rotation from ENCE, and ganging up on those 2 players locked in towards the A site. 14-14, as you said. Money going to be very poor for ENCE, so they might even play for overtime here, Jack. They might save play for OT, but then again, they have got 2 AWPs they can force around it. This might be a 16-14 win for Avangar when you take a look at the cash. So, force indeed. 2 AWPs in their inventory. FAMAS for X7, UMP for Ariel. Oh no, actually the FAMAS for X7. MP5 for Sergey. So, let's see then. 4 players early on from Avangar towards second middle. This could be a fast apps burst in towards the A site.
Hit him with the ferocity. The animal ambition coming out from Avangar. Oh, Ariel with the first. The 3-5 from Fitch, though, is going to be the trade back in their favour. Alu realises he needs to back off and reposition a more favourable spot. Sergey, the MP5, chooses the right time to strike as he gets the kill, but surely you fall back from there. He's low. He isn't going to be able to get the follow-up frag. Just needs to stay alive, as he will get out of there and stay alive to fight another day. So a good round so far coming out here from ENCE. They have the upper hand. If they win this, that is going to be a match point in their favour. They'd be 1 round away from IEM Chicago. Avangar, on the other hand, are 2 rounds away from possibly picking up a map win and pushing us to train.
Question is, though, where do they anticipate Avangar to eventually conclude? Bomb is still in towards Apartments, of course. Fitch is there. Boosting towards CT from Alexa. It's worked out very well, this position for ENCE so far. So, Fate coming in towards the B site. 30 seconds left, Jack. This is really, really down to the wire. Push comes through. Ooh, Alexa with the flashbang. Not going to commit off of it. Shoots before they've crossed. And this is all crumbling in front of our very eyes, Jack. Fitz going to walk into the site. The kills go in favour of Avangar towards the B site. And my God, what have I just witnessed?
Bomb.
What have I just witnessed?
He's going to plant. They've now realised what's gone on. Oh, weird round. ENCE, they've thrown it. They've let it crumble away. They still haven't realised. They're still clearing the site.
They're going to save. They have to save here, obviously, for the final one. Play for overtime.
So they save the double orb. They have armor. They have kits. That's basically it. That's an oof. That is an oof. That could have been match point for him. Instead, this means it's either going to be overtime or a third map. Those are now our only options. This cannot be a 2-0 for ENCE any longer unless they take us through overtime, and that cash is dreadful.
Thirtieth round here in the second map. We thought it was going to be ENCE taking this one. They were up 10-5 at the half. They had the 13-8 advantage as well on their CT side of Inferno. But Avangar, they couldn't quite. Well, even ENCE couldn't quite get the job done. So, into this one. Orb for Alexeb. 3 SMGs. And then the other orb as well onto Alice. The buy isn't actually that bad, to be fair, considering how many times they've been reset. And cheese towards top banana as Alexeb goes hunting for the first frag. If he shoots now, he could get a double leg onto them. Oh, he just misses. Didn't spot the bomb though. Did see did see at least one player there. Didn't see the bomb, so it's not going to be forcing the over rotation from ENCE just yet, but they will draw out the smoke grenade from the CTs towards B. And now all it takes is maybe a little bit of a fake towards the A site. Jane with the smoke off arch, flash over towards middle, try and sell a fake towards the A site, force the rotation from Sergey back towards A, and try and exploit Alexeb and X7 towards B.
Smoke goes out from Jane. He'll chuck that across. Trying to keep him busy on the A side, but here comes the true play at B. This is where everything goes down. It's all going to kick off. X7 sprints forward, but Sergey might have just saved the day as he gets 2 kills. This is them trying to force it into overtime if they can. It's down to a 3 versus 2 now. 20 seconds on the clock. Avangar, if they win this, it'll be going to a third map. If ENCE win it, that's going to be an overtime served up on our plate to see if they can still 2-0 the series buster with a final blow. It's all up to James to clutch it. 7 seconds on the clock. It's a plant or frag. That is his only options as he pushes out. The round is lost. 15-15 as we go to overtime.
And still in this one to win it. Well, with how they played the last run as well prior to that one, when they were 3 versus 4 up and they let it slip, that could have been their win. Instead, now they have to battle through overtime. Avangar not going to be going quietly into the night, as they are on ENCE's map pick, but all that stuff really goes out the window at this point. They've shown their strategies, they've tried all they had. Now we go into the 31st round once the players ready up. Obviously, after an hour-long game like that, they are going to need a slight break, maybe a toilet break, maybe just a mental reset. As this map's been going on for about an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 15 minutes, Jack.
Yeah, it's been a long old game, obviously. Avangar, they've been playing very slow every round, so it's been dragging it out a lot. And we've got now into this position where ENCE, this is it. I mean, they're so close. If you were able to get these rounds, 4 rounds is all that sets them apart from walking out of here and being able to get that spot at IEM Chicago. That's it. Just 4 rounds. But is it going to be that easy? It's a lot easier said than done for Avangar. They're just trying their damnedest to take this to a third map. They don't want to be going home now.
It's true. Obviously, Avangar are good on train. So is ENCE. We saw it yesterday versus North. Still going to favour ENCE if it goes to train to take this one 2-1. But even then, it is into overtime. And now, well, on the CT side, we saw them lose the pistol. They got reset twice as well. Remember, coming into overtime, it's going to be MR3 16K, which means money isn't a factor. So I still actually think ENCE might take this one. You just look at the fact that they can run whatever buy they want to.
Yeah, that's true. It allows them to play into double up setup if they want. They can bring that out. It's not too bad. They just need to play that style of CS we've been seeing from them all day. You know, just go in with confidence. And hopefully they can pull that out, because there was a load of rounds there as well that you feel like should have gone in their favor that was just weird decision making, especially towards the end of that one, that somehow they've been able to bring it back and get us into overtime. It seemed like they were absolutely dead and done. As you can see on the schedule there as well, guys, this could be a 2-0 for ENCE if they take it, and this one is for a spot at IEM Chicago. After that, we have the lower bracket matchup with North and Gambit, and then furthering that, it will be the team that loses this versus the winner of that final game of the day tomorrow for the second and last spot for Europe for IEM Chicago.
Nearly said it there, didn't you?
To be fair, I don't know what I was going to say there. Sort of like
For
IEM.
IEM Chicago.
For the IEM.
For the IEM.
For the Intel.
For the Intel Extreme Masters.
Do they have the Intel?
Exactly, do they? So far, they haven't read it up yet, though. Just waiting for the players to get ready, get underway with the first half of overtime. Obviously, what do you really say? The double op setup was working well for ENCE, but they could bring it out. How many times? We saw maybe 5, 6?
Yeah.
I would say 6, 7 pistol rounds coming out from ENCE. Quality buys, ecos, obviously they lose the pistol, that's 2 conversion rounds. They then get reset twice, that's another 3, 4 pistol rounds, that's maybe 7 at that point. So, to be fair, they got 5 rounds off the back of the, scraped by with the force buy with the CZs. They got a few rounds where they saved weaponry. But apart from that, Avangar did very well to grind out that second half.
Avangar looked good. I mean, they were actually able to step it up quite majorly. You know, they had a good affair across the board. They just need to keep that up. That's the only downside is moments of greatness that you can only expect to win rounds with now and then. You're not always going to have that repeatable fact. And that's what it was. Avangar are a lot more of just an aggressive, explosive team. We saw that come back to bite on their CT side as well, because they're overindulging into certain buys, trying to play a little bit too risky sometimes. There is no sort of baseline for them. They're like a graph. They just go up and down.
Graphs don't... Well,
graphs do, mate.
Yeah, but it depends on, obviously, the information you put in it.
Yeah. Fluctuates.
Depending on what's in it. So
well, yeah, they are a fluctuating
Does the graph fluctuate, or does the thing you're studying, testing, watching fluctuate?
Yeah, but that affects the graph.
That's the point.
So therefore the graph has fluctuated.
Anyway, obviously, the game is going live in 1 minute, so just going to be waiting for that to go underway. Who are you taking in the overtime?
I think ENCE still take this. I think it's going to be a 2-0. I think they bag it right now and win it here. I think this is something that they want to do as well, obviously.
Obviously.
No, but just for the idea of just being able to get through in the upper bracket, it's by far going to be a lot more of a win to them if they can just come in, crush it out, win through the upper bracket, not have to drop down to lower bracket, obviously have a rematch versus North or potentially versus Gambit. So I think this one is going to be where they just come in strong. And for Avangar, they've had a good run as well, considering they weren't one of the teams that I'd sort of would think would be in this position in the first place. So definitely potential, but I feel like I've got a favour ENCE.
Yeah, I mean, Avangar 2-0ing Heroic, 2-0ing Gambit, 2-1 win as well over Fragsters. So they've looked very good recently. Has their string of online maps come to an end, though? 15-15. First round of overtime. This is going to be the triple stack towards quad from ENCE. Means they are expecting a mid-default to come out from Avangar, as they have Sergey there backed up by the AWP of Alu. I guess the AWP's holding towards Boiler. Sergey playing an off angle, a bait set up towards under balcony. They hope that once Alu shoots, they try and chase that kill and they walk into the crosshair of Sergey. And that is true, he is being baited for right now. So, smoke coming out, the minute 15 left on the clock. Banana control going to be conceded once again by ENCE, as they have full utility, so it's surprising to see they are playing so passive there. HE grenades pinned towards top banana, but the T's aren't quite that close. Molotov in towards the underback position. Going to be forcing back Alu and Sergey back on towards the default position. As mid control now in the favour of Avangar. 40 seconds left on the clock. As Buster tries to sell a fake on his lonesome towards that B site, but apart from that, it's the good old 4-1 style of CS.
Playing it safe right now as they just hold their angles. Alu, the AWP out, holding on Arch. Very slow round from either side. No real aggression from ENCE in the early game. Avangar lose their first member, though, as Aerial was given the opportunity to attack. Instead, they deviate from the plan. They want to go back towards the B site and kick it off with a bang. They get the early entry, but there's another man on the scene, and Alexib has been able to deny it. Look how late they've left this as well. That bomb's going to go down right now. He's barely going to get it planted. In the last second of the round, he's able to get it done. It's James and Buster versus Aerial, Sergey, and Alu. Suicide squad from ENCE comes over, but James makes it a 2v2. It's going to be even harder the longer they leave this. They have to try and go for a fast hit here. They've got kits. Alu waiting to see if anyone's going to peek. Aerial realizes it's now or never as they push up. Time is ticking away, Snods. They don't have long. They've got to go for it right now, and they need to be rapid about it. James has the angle, but he gets spammed down. The Molotov goes off to deny the defuse. They have no smoke. They're going to jump on the bomb, but the spray comes through. Buster saves it and ends both of them.
16 to 15. Avangar going to be laying down their spray as well. Obviously a token of qualifying for the major. 16 to 15 though. Avangar obviously expected to get the majority of their rounds in overtime on their terrorist side, as they got 10 in regulation and obviously 5 CT rounds in regulation as well. Once again, banana control conceded by ENCE. Very passive play towards the B side of the map. It's strange as well because they have the utility to go for banana control earlier. Wondering why they aren't going for it. Maybe they don't want to risk it versus a team like Avangar that like to fight for map control. Maybe they're scared that they'll get naded towards top banana at the start of the round if they go for that sort of play. I'm not sure. However, what I am sure about is James is an absolute madman, and sometimes to his demise, jumps through a smoke to concede the first kill in favor of ENCE.
This push is coming out towards the A site. Finch finds the headshot to eliminate Aerial. These rounds are going well for Avangar. They're being able to bite the bullet, keep on giving out digs. They don't stop as they carry on finding these kills. Another trade comes through. Sergey in the elevated angle. It's all up to him to save the day, really, now towards the A site. His teammate is rotating around, but it's a little bit too late. And the constant mind games for Avangar might again catch them off guard. The big brain play as the bomb's been rotated all the way over to B, and it's just up to Alexa to try and save it. He has the Molotov, he can dish it out, but no, we can't. Tagged down to 20 HP. They've got site control once again. It's still going to be such an awkward retake for both of these teams. And he's so low. A 3-on-3. Avangar have time. By the time they actually go for this, the clock is going to be so burnt down. This is not going to be easy for ENCE at all. Krizen looks away at just the right time to give ENCE a small moment of glory, a potential window of opportunity to strike from. He tiptoes his way up, but he's done for. Doesn't matter. As he's taken out of the equation, so is everyone else. One by one, they fall. Avangar want to send this to train.
(17 to 15). Avangar winning 2 on their T side. What this means, Jack, is even if ENCE win this last round here, ENCE need to win all 3 T side rounds if they want to win it in first overtime. Obviously, they win this, it goes 16 to 17, then they win the 3 rounds, and it's 18. Oh, apologies, then it's 19 and they've won. So, tall order. We need to see 4 rounds, 1 in a row. James wants to go with the opening pick here. This time, Sergey with the trade. So 4 versus 4. And let's see them. Bomb coming in towards middle. They have banana control once again, but this time X7, Alexa playing aggressive towards top banana. Maybe even going for the retake there if they needed to. Sergey. Ooh, holds the headshot angle, lose the duel to Fitz though.
Aerial gets the adjustment back, finds that frag. Aerial, normally the lifeline for the team of ENCE. Once again, just so much damage. 2 quick frags found. Oh, that nade. Can't help but feel like he could somehow got a Guardian Angel looking over in there. He should have been done and down. But instead, the frags go back through. Alexa on the bomb site now. Jumps on it. If he holds the defuse, he'll win the round, but he comes off the bomb, tries to get the kill, but he couldn't turn on Buster. That is another win. Flawless T half there from Avangar. They need 1 round, and that is it.
Match point for Avangar. 3 match points to that as well. So we're wrong. Our prediction might just be wrong here, Jack. We thought ENCE were going to take it. They got into overtime on their CT side. They looked very good in the first half. The reason they were struggling as well on that CT side was the fact that they had no cash. They kept getting reset. But it shows that Avangar weren't just a one-trick pony in terms of resetting the money over and over again.
No, not looking good at all, though. Obviously, for the side of ENCE, this means that most likely it is going to go to train. And then from that point, it's going to be a bit more of a scrappy fight for them to actually try and get that slot at IEM Chicago. It could be slipping through their fingers if they carry on this method. Obviously, this is their map pick as well. Very
good point. We saw it yesterday as well, ENCE. Losing their map pick, winning the opposition's map pick, and then winning it in the deciding matchup. For a team like ENCE, if they want to become a top 10 team in the world, they're obviously very close to that now. They're on number, I think it's ranked 13. Yeah, exactly. If they want to be a top 10 team, you have to be winning your map pick.
Yeah. You can't just be trading the maps here like this. It's not working out too well at all. Hopefully, once we continue on there, it'll provide for some more interest in CS. It's been close. There's been so many rounds, though, that are just milliseconds away from an ENCE victory, and Avangar just smash them down each time. So Avangar, looking like they do want to take this to train, at that point, there is potential. I mean, they've definitely put a shift in. They've recovered here. You can't help but feel like, as well, if maybe we saw a little bit more come out on Mirage, this could have been a 2-0 in a reverse fashion.
Maybe. I think Mirage was a 16-11. So it wasn't the closest. Plus, as well, Avangar won both pistols on Mirage. And even then, you know, winning both pistols, only gaining 11 rounds, really goes to show how one-sided it was actually to ENCE. So I think the 1-1 scoreline was destined. But let's see. There's still 3 rounds that ENCE just have to win, get double overtime, and then it's all reset as the game is now live. So is it going to be a 19th round for Avangar? Or will it go 18-18?
Let's find out as we will get back into the action. Avangar, 18 rounds on the board. They need 1 more to win this map and take it through the train. ENCE, they only need to win 3 rounds to push this into a double overtime, which obviously is going to be very, very hard, meaning that Avangar have all of the cards in their hand right now.
Aggression towards top banana from Sergey early on. Lining up for the smokes towards the B site, it seems. They might just be using these to force out Molotovs. Let's see them. 4 players here. X7 alone towards the A site. Uses his grenades towards A early on. Trying to see if they can force a rotation, but Buster stays towards CT. Sergey actually charging through the flames, catching off guard, but busting the 3rd, not quite the 4th. 2 versus 3. Hallelujah and X7 up against it. 50 seconds left as the bomb can now be planted. Ooh, I wonder if he can see over the smoke from that position. I don't think so. But 2 players rotating in via banana. Jane rotating with the AWP via CT.
7 gets the dink off, but that is it. It wasn't even a full dink either, so that is just going to be Crimson sitting there happy. Alu, he's in a 1v3. The AWPs have already looked effective into this matchup, but is he going to be able to carry on, do some more damage, and possibly bring this round back? 20 seconds. They need to win all of the rounds, or it's over. If he loses this one, we will be going to train. That'll be Avangar picking up a victory and pushing us to the 3rd. And final map of the series. Alu bounds back to try and go for the plant. He is done and dusted. Avangar get the win. The overtime victory versus ENCE here on ENCE's map pick, meaning we will be going to train, and this one is not done yet.
Yeah, train, deciding map here for both these teams. Obviously, just like yesterday, it feels like a very similar best-of-3 that we saw ENCE versus North. ENCE losing their map pick, winning against North's map pick, and yeah, I mean, what can you say? Avangar obviously down 10-5 at the half. They win the second half pistol. They break the money against ENCE 2 times. After ENCE win a buy round, they get reset. Happened twice, and because of that, there's so many additional rounds that Avangar were able just to grind out and eventually match them at 15-15. And in overtime, they just had the momentum carried forward, and they kept it there on their T side. And they go on to win the first CT round as well, 19-15.
Yeah, meaning that we just have a train left to see how this series is going to go. Will ENCE be able to carry on, somehow come back into this one, wipe that mind clean, and come back in fresh? Or is this Avangar just demolishing their way through that upper bracket with probably the biggest upset we could expect and walking out here with that first spot for IEM Chicago? Find out when we come back into it after the break.